Mine was very simple. I was at Marvel for years and years and just said, hey, it's time for me to go do this. And they were like, yeah, it seems like that. So I do still covers at Marvel. I'm doing some novels at Disney with Marvel characters, some children's novels. And, but it was just as easy as me saying, like, I feel like I've told the stories I want to tell here, and now I want to go tell some of my own stories. And they were like, well, I'll be the first to read. So my relationship with them has been very smooth on that front. So I can only speak to that for me.
And I've aged out at Marvel. They won't give me a job. Laugh all you like, it's true. My last job with them was in January 2012. I was promised work in April, and it's never come around. So I accept the fact that I am too old to work at Marvel. I work at DC now and then. I'm writing some stuff for them right now for the new H&B revival material. I'm writing and drawing some other stuff. But I consider Image my primary client right now, and I teach a seminar. I've taught it at Marvel for many years. I'm teaching at DC now, and I did at a video games company last week, which talks directly about the idea of being a professional and putting the hobbyism aside and how to have a career and how to run your life. And it's really important for me to realize that I represent a kind of the remaining linkage between my generation and the one that came before mine, and that I have a lot of nieces and nephews in the context of the comic book business, people who are good friends, who are half my age, who will speak well of me at my memorial. At DC and in Marvel both, in each case where I've developed a book that ended up being an Image, I've thought about it first for Vertigo or for Marvel, and then stopped myself dead before I did, because the relationship in editorial is such that there's baggage at DC Comics and there's baggage at Marvel Comics that precludes doing stuff that offends and appalls. That you just can't do it. Years ago, Jeanette Kahn kept telling me I should have brought American Flag to her in 1982, and I insisted, and she argued with me, but I was right. DC would never have published the book that came out under those terms. They would have always stepped in the way. Because there is just, I mean, I experience it now. If I do an anti-Semitic joke in a DC comic book, I know it's going to get cut. I do it there just to get some attention. Just to remind them they're paying attention. So both companies represent a corporate landscape that cannot be abridged. And that's really where the issue is for me.
Yeah, the biggest difference is definitely creative control and freedom to do things that you would never be able to do, because you don't have 70 years of history on something you're working on.
But, Marvel and DC trade on characters that are known globally, and they trade on the glitter of being able to say, "Hey, you want a little Wonder Woman on you?
Yeah.
Hey, you want a little Batman?" Well, and people will eat a lot of shit to say I'm writing Batman, and that's the truth of it. And what Image has demonstrated, and both Marvel and DC are aware of this, is that there's a better deal for their talent to be found. So each company, in my opinion, is aware of this and is attempting to address this in different ways. The fact of the matter is, you're wearing a Vertigo shirt, and I will tell you right now, the creator ownership deal at Vertigo stinks. There's a reason I've never done a book at Vertigo. Because every time they come around and they say, "You want to do something at Vertigo?" I say, "What's the deal?" And they say, "It's the same deal it was last time." And I say, "No, thank you. I would like to own the rights to my thing." All right? You can't blame a corporation whose job is to make money to try to make money every way they can. And one of the ways they're going to do that is, we're going to keep these rights, because if it's a hit, we'll make a movie. And we won't have to pay the guy who created it. That's putting it really crudely. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Marvel and DC, as much as they may love the lines they put out, they're R&D companies now for film franchises. And since they feel that we're pretty much interchangeable on some level, on a corporate level, you know, one of the things that you get with Image is, you know what? Jason Aaron is a huge writer at Marvel. He doesn't have to work at Marvel. And Marvel knows that.
David, the way it is, Marvel and DC have a commitment to convincing you, the enthusiast, that the character is the brand. We are all brands. My life is based on the fact that I, as talent, am the brand. But for the most part, you support the companies, the corporate nation's beliefs by responding to badly drawn superhero stories as opposed to interestingly written and drawn other material. So, shape up. You know, I mean, Image is a company of talent as brand, and that's really what it's
Yeah, and
about.
the other thing too that I like working with Image on something creator-owned as opposed to other companies is I'm finding that they seem to care about this property as much as we do in terms of trying to get it put together, get it out, make people aware, promote it in the right places, not just keep going to the same well over and over and over again. So they have people that are a little more creative about that and know how to get the word out on these books that are not like anything else out there. It's very difficult to, you know, compare them to anything, yet somehow they can get the word out. And I really feel that, you know, it's well taken care of with them.
But I am very happy to straddle the fence between Marvel and Image right now. I'm happy I don't have to choose. I like doing both, very happy with the stuff I do at Marvel, love what I'm doing at Image. If that changes, then I'll do something different. But right now, I don't want to be made to feel by anybody at either company that I have to choose one or the other. Because again, I love working for both of them, but ultimately, I don't work for either one of them. I'm not an employee of Marvel, I'm not an employee of Image, I work for myself. Neither one of those
They're
companies are
clients.
gonna, right, they're not gonna take care of me in my old age. Like, that's my job. But I'm happy to, as long as everything's cool, I'm happy to work at both of them, and I'm really happy with the stuff I'm doing.